Hello fellow YouTubers, this is YouTuber Moses here to give you my 5 favorite horror remakes. And I know it's been a while since I did one of these videos, but since the new movie The Thing is coming out, which is a prequel to the 1982 John Carpenter film, it would be no surprise that I would start off with this movie, which is a remake of the older film The Thing from Another World. And it follows a research team who has discovered a dog in the Antarctic who has been carrying a life form that starts killing them and taking on the host of each one of them, and keeps jumping into each one after the other, really raising the paranoia of the whole situation. This is a horror movie that a lot of people will really like and would expect out of it. A haunting music score that a lot of people would be creeped out of, gruesome gore effects on the alien creature itself and the victims, which is found to be very macabre in its mutilation, and not to mention, it sets up for some real good jump scares if this is the first time watching this.
Clear!
So this is, if not by far, the best John Carpenter film he has made. Next one is Evil Dead 2. Now I would call this a remake since it did recap the first 10 minutes of the beginning from the last film, and just basically forgetting about the first film. So, there you go. In this one, it has a lot of exaggerated gore, a bit more horror to it, and some very thorough explanation on the demons known as the Deadites. And we also see Bruce Campbell as Ash go through some really screwed up shit like cutting off his hand and laughing hysterically at everything that's alive in the cabin, and some real schizophrenic stuff. Next one is Cape Fear, the remake to the 1962 film starring Gregory Peck and Robert Mitchum, and they both had cameos in this one, which is about a man that was released from prison for raping a girl, and now he's stalking the family of the lawyer that defended him a long time ago. Now, this really varies from the original film because in this one, Robert De Niro as Max Cady isn't just that one-dimensional kind of character. He's expertly evil, who gets to know the Bowens' problems and starts taking them to the extreme by killing their acquaintances, while Nick Nolte's Sam Bowen isn't the heroic father of a man that you would see. In this one, he's a man that's victimized by Max Cady that you wouldn't believe, and he just dehumanizes him beyond belief at the point where he just couldn't take it. Martin Scorsese gives this film the kind of old-fashioned thriller style that he wanted to include to this, along with adding some Alfred Hitchcock traits to it. Next one is Bram Stoker's Dracula. Now, this was meant to be made a long time ago, but director F.W. Murray was his name, was it? Couldn't get the rights to the book, and so he just decided to make his own vampire film, which was Nosferatu. In this remake, or version of Francis Ford Coppola's films, he makes a mixture of classical horror and historical artistry, and a lot of the main actors did an excellent job in their performances, and yes, even Keanu Reeves was alright. What's interesting about this Dracula is that he takes on many other forms, such as a giant vampire bat, a old man, a young, youthful human form, and even turns into a werewolf. And the music in this is very riveting to listen to, and you should check it out to hear it for yourself. Last one is Dawn of the Dead, the remake by Zack Snyder. And this is a very action-packed kind of horror movie that will really excite you. And director Zack Snyder probably loved the original and knew that he probably couldn't top off the George A. Romero version, and so he just made it an entertaining as hell kind of film. And this is when he shows off some of his character traits, such as very saturated colors in the scenery and slow motion. And it showed off some interesting facts, like if you got scratched by these zombies, you will become infected by it, and a lot about if they came from heaven or hell, or what type of disease it may have caused from it, just like the original. And Ving Rhames as Kenneth was very badass compared to the one from the original. And if you like these action-packed kind of horror movies, then check out Dawn of the Dead, along with all the others that I've talked about. So that's all for my 5 favorites. Rate, comment, and subscribe, and I might do a review for The Thing, the prequel. Yuto Moses signing out.